Hello, and welcome to Greet the Week. I am Mona Duncan, and it is a delight to have you here with us today. Today's topic is on being a sweetheart all year. So I'm going to bring this up, and can you see that okay? Am I
No,
sharing?
not no.
I'm not yet. Okay. I know. I'm so sorry. I continually have share the screen, share the screen, share
You had it
again.
on
Now,
before.
now we got it. And we'll go from the very beginning. Being a sweetheart all year. So it's looking at the fact that February is the love month of one day in particular, and Valentine's Day, and that being a sweetheart all year as opposed to occasionally dressing up for one special occasion or once a year. And to looking at what does it mean to be a sweetheart all year? Well, I think it kind of goes hand in hand with the universal golden rule. Just dropped my mouse. Goes hand in hand with the universal golden rule of treat others the way you would like to be treated. And as we can learn to do that, we begin to accept the package deal of who we are. It's realizing that we have wonderful qualities, gifts to give, ideas, wonderful things to contribute to the world. But sometimes we can be, kind of snarky too. And as we treat others the way we want to be treated and accept the package deal of who we are, then it sets us free to begin to see that there's some things that maybe we need to work on. And it also goes hand in hand with loving your neighbor as yourself and realizing that we come into this world loving who we are, knowing that we're special. I think back on when our grandchildren were much younger, and my husband one time was talking with Allie, and he said, "Miss Allie, do you know how cute you are?" And she said, "Yes, I do." And I mean, it was just that inward knowing of, you know what, I'm somebody special. There wasn't an ounce of conceit or anything there, but it is knowing that you're pretty special yourself. And so love who you are. And as we love who we are, we can begin to expand that. And so Julie Mott is a medical intuitive, which means she has the ability in talking with people to kind of see how things inside them are contributors to physical illnesses. And Julie Motz, in her book Hands of Life, said, love is the feeling. I misspelled the word there. Sorry about that. Love is the feeling that flows from you once you know who you are to connect to other people. Once you know who you are. And finding out who we are, seems like we know more who we are from hearsay rather than really knowing who we are. That we take what other people say about us to be a contributing factor, and it may be a lot of truth to it, but maybe not. Maybe we need to know who we truly are and what our inward feelings are. It's kind of a yes, I know, this calm assurance of worth and value. It's childlike and wonderlike. It's accepting your package deal that the psalmist David was credited with saying, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And that my soul knows right well. It's like there's something inside of me that knows I'm pretty special. But sometimes we mix up the specialness of us with the ideal of us. And as we can accept that package deal as I'm not there yet, then we can begin to see what needs to be improved and kind of work on that. So, love is like a magic penny. This is a little song that I learned years ago. I'm not even sure where I learned it from. But I use it quite a bit in working with students, especially in working with the prisoners. And love is like a magic penny. Hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, and you'll have so many they will roll all over the floor. Roll all over the floor. And so I made this little card. It has that little poem on it, and it has an actual penny. And I found some little hearts, little stick-on hearts, and I stuck it on there. And on the card it says, yeah, sure, here's your magic penny. Sure, it's just an ordinary penny with a heart stuck on it, but it is intended as a symbol for you to know that you are a person that really is capable of loving and being loved. It's not magic, but it is a mystery. And the more we hold on to an ideal, the more others don't want anything to do with it. So this is the 6 L's of love. This is from Brad Green, who was a professor at Baylor. And he called it skills that build a quality relationship. And it starts out with loving someone. But we can't really love unless we listen. And the more we listen to what another person is saying, whether we really are, we've talked before about being open to receive an opinion that's different from our own. And we have to listen in order to hear it, not just hear the verbiage, but to hear what the person is saying. And as we begin to listen, truly listen, and then it comes in developing a quality relationship that we can level, meaning that it can be, a little engagement of what you're saying and what someone else is saying and what we're thinking and so forth, and leveling. And 4, you begin to learn from the person, to learn who they are, to learn where they're coming from, to learn what their ideals are, to learn what their opinions are, and to be okay with them, even if they're different from yours. Because then it kind of leads us to leading, being able to say, interesting, that's an interesting point of view, without being critical. And as we can see, without criticism, we just become so much more open to hearing and to being and to even loving. And then also, as we begin to lead, it begins where we can set some limits. As in, if that's the way that you think and see something, well, I kind of like to go with, I'm going to trust your own wisdom heart to self-correct. Just like whenever I realize that, oh, whoa, have I flubbed up big time? I want to rely on my wisdom heart to self-correct. Because as we self-correct, then we really can go in the circle of loving and listening and leveling. It doesn't mean, use your voice, speak up. But as we begin to learn who we are as well as who others are, and to lead and to set limits, and then to look at how that if we are resistant, it leads to the 6 R's of fear and lack of trust, which is resentment and resistance. Nobody's going to share with us if we're always doubting what their ideas are. It's resistance and rebellion and retreat and their reluctance and revenge. And this is a little saying, I think it again, I do not remember where I learned this, but I absolutely love it. It's called the circle of love. He drew a circle that left us out. Rebel, heretic, a thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took him in. And as we can begin to draw those circles of love around, as we can open our heart to see where someone is coming from, because love is a choice more than it is a feeling. Although hormones and romantic love may initially, get a couple together, or may initially draw us to something that liking to, it's not going to keep us in family and in community and in relationship. It's not going to keep us healthy. It's going to begin to break down systems within that Julie Motz and Carolyn Myss and several people like that are medical intuitives that can see and determine many times what the attitudes are that is breaking down the physical. And so love is more a choice than it is a feeling. Love releases us and sets us free to love ourselves as we are, warts and all. And also to be kindly regarded to others and their warts and all. And the beautiful thing about love, and able to love all year, is the fact that love is multipliable rather than divisible. Sometimes as new people come into the family, whether they're born in or married in, or whether it is through adoptions or whether it is through blending families that can seem to be hard to blend, because it's like, I only had this much love, and if I have to start parceling it out, then it's going to be difficult. I just have so much love for this and so much love for that. Plus I have a few hobbies and a few likes and so forth. But love, the more we love, the more it expands. It's like our universe that is ever expanding and ever growing and ever becoming more and more. But one of the odd things about love expands is that time does not expand. I mean, we only have so many days on planet Earth and so many hours in a day and so many awake hours. And we have a tendency as human beings to equate time with love. And if you loved me, you'd spend time with me. Or needing some time alone where we can really think about our own needs. But time is divisible, it's not multipliable. And because love is often equaled with time spent together, busy schedules can put a real damper on good relationships. So for the love of your family, and with the pandemic, people are being together in family units more tightly, and sometimes that's good and sometimes it's not so good. So it is learning that we all have lovable qualities, and to embrace those and to commend them and to let them grow and expand. And that one never outgrows their need for love. And it is never too late to learn to go back and give it as well as receive it. And I thank you for being here today. Does anyone have any comments or things you would like to add to?
Mona, could you show that diagram again, the love diagram?
Sure. Do you remember how soon back it was?